Daniel Defoe, Robinson Crusoe, Part 131. I say though these things are good for it, yet the thoughts of shedding human blood for my deliverance were very terrible to me, and such as I could by no means reconcile myself to for a great while. However, at last, after many secret disputes with myself and after great perplexities about it, for all these arguments one way and another struggled in my head a long time. The eager prevailing desire of deliverance at length mastered all the rest, and I resolved, if possible, to get one of these savages into my hands, cost what it would. My next thing was to contrive how to do it, and this indeed was very difficult to resolve on. But as I could pitch upon no probable means for it, so I resolved to put myself upon the watch to see them when they came on shore, and leave the rest to the event, taking such measures as the opportunity should present, let what would be. With these resolutions in my thoughts, I set myself upon the scout as often as possible, and indeed so often that I was heartily tired of it, for it was above a year and a half that I waited, and for great part of that time went out to the west end and to the southwest corner of the island almost every day to look for canaries, but none appeared. This was very discouraging and began to trouble me much, though I can say that it did in this case, as it had done some time before, whereof the age of my desire to the thing, but the longer it seemed to be delayed, the more eager I was for it. In a word, I was not at first so careful to shun the sight of these savages and avoid being seen by them, as I was now eager to be upon them. Besides, I fancied myself able to manage one, nay, two or three savages if I had them, so as to make them entirely slaves to me, to do whatever I should direct them, and to prevent their being able at any time to do me any hurt. It was a great while that I pleased myself with this affair, but nothing still presented itself. All my fancies and chimes came to nothing, for no savages came near me for a great while. About a year and a half after I entertained these notions, and by long musing had, as it were, resolved them all into nothing for want of an occasion to put them into execution, I was surprised one morning by seeing no less than 5 canaries all on shore together on my side, the island, and the people who belonged to them all landed and out of my sight. The number of them broke all my measures, for seeing so many and knowing that they always came 4 or 6, or sometimes more in a boat, I could not tell what to think of it, or how to take my measures to attack 20 or 30 men single-handed. So lay still in my castle, perplexed and discomforted. However, I put myself into the same position for an attack that I had formerly provided, and was just ready for action, if anything has presented. Having waited a good while, listening to hear if they made any noise. At length, being very impatient, I set my guns at the foot of my ladder and clambered up to the top of the hill by my two stages as usual, standing so, however, that my head did not appear above the hill, so that they could not perceive me by any means.